Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Two Idiots Reading Comics. This week's episode 80, The American Vampire. As always, thank you for joining us, and tell your friends, your family. Go check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We do have a YouTube page to watch us sit here and talk about the show. As always, hit the like, subscribe, comment, all that fun algorithm stuff, and let's get into it.
And welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. My name's Ryan Talmadge. That's Davis Crocker. This is Two Idiots Reading Comics. And this week, Davis, we're reading American Vampire.
Heck yes.
To be honest, this one, I was just scrolling through Comixology on the Great Place to Start tab or whatever.
Yeah.
And saw this and purely picked it because I saw it was by Scott Snyder and Stephen King, the famous horror writer.
Movie writer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, how the hell did they get Stephen King to come write a comic book? That's
This
cool
is
as fuck.
great.
And like I said last week, I'm slowly just really starting to like almost everything vampire.
So you're reverting back to the early 2000s.
Well, vampires are fucking cool. It was like fucking Twilight that kind of ruined it for everybody.
It extremely ruined it.
Yeah.
Because it made them cute and hot and
Those are your words.
weird.
But what's the Castlevania on Netflix is a great anime if you want to watch that.
We got the new Blade movie coming out.
New Blade's coming
next
out
year.
I think it was either 2021 or sometime during quarantine. It had to be whenever HBO Max came out because they had the Blade trilogy. I just sat there and binged it all in a weekend.
Yeah.
And then there's something else vampire related I was enjoying. Oh, it's more of a comedy, but What We Do in the Shadows
Oh, on
FX
Yeah,
is really
I've
good.
seen it's pretty bad.
The movie with Taika Waititi is really funny too. But the show is also hilarious. But that being said, for the first time in a long time, I'm gonna do the credits.
Quite a long time, everybody.
We got
This is a special announcement right
written
here.
by Scott Snyder and Stephen King. Art by Raphael. Oh Lord. Albuquerque. Is his last name Albuquerque?
How do you spell it? How's it spelled?
Albuquerque.
Pretty damn close to where Albuquerque, New Mexico would be.
Yeah, Raphael Albuquerque then is the artist. Dave McCaig, colorist. And then Steve Wands, the letterer. And then American Vampire, created by Scott Snyder. This was an interesting choice of storytelling.
I wanted to get your take on that.
I don't mind the dual back and forth because I think that's how they got Stephen King on board, was that Stephen King was writing all the old-timey West ones and Scott Snyder was writing the 1920s Hollywood one.
And if I'm not mistaken, his movies are kind of set up that way as well. There's back and forth, isn't it? Or is it pretty? His horror movies are pretty
I don't like
straightforward.
horror movies.
Well, I don't either, but
but I had never read a horror comic book, so I was like, let's try it. But this is also a Western, and so the bad guy is also the good guy sometimes. And that was the super interesting.
Yeah, the bad guy's now the good guy, yet the good guy is
cheer
the
for
bad. Yeah,
most Westerns you cheer for the outlaw instead of the cop, because freedom is the main
idea of the West.
I think more the storytelling idea I was talking about was not that he showed up a bunch in the 1925 Hollywood side of the story, but the entire back or
Western,
the old West Sweets or whatever his name is, something Sweets. God, why can't I remember this? I read this today.
I forgot to write it down. It's Sweets.
Yeah, Sweets. Skinner's Sweet in the first half of the thing is kind of like he hasn't like revealed himself to be the good guy yet, but you pretty much know like he's gonna end up being the good guy that
Yeah.
raises his own army of like new age vampires to eventually take down all the old vampires and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Now,
but in the like whole old west side of it, he's doing very bad things to
extremely bad things.
people that didn't really deserve it, and it's just like, wait, is this the guy I'm supposed to be rooting for?
Now, when did you figure out that the guy sitting beside the pool with Hattie, which was the friend, and whatever the girl's name is, when did you realize that that was Skinner Sweet?
When he like tipped up his hat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, the drawing, the styles of drawing changed up. Of course,
Yeah.
I mean, you're drawing in the 18.
Yeah.
When Skinner gets arrested, he's in the 1885.
Yeah.
And then it's 1925. So
Yeah.
the drawing, they really draw the 25s in the Roaring Twenties style of.
Yeah.
There's color, but everything behind it's dull.
Yeah.
Where the Old West is,
That
we
hazy
fantasize,
brown. Yeah.
and we fantasize the Old West, so it's bright oranges and
Mhm.
bright colors there, and so
Yeah.
it just kind of. It took me a minute until I figured it out.
No. As soon as if you pay attention to people's eyes in this book, it does a lot.
The eyes do. Do a lot.
But he had like these bright blue eyes until he became a vampire.
That is true.
And then they showed his eyes, and like, we knew coming in, like, this creepy guy that's hanging out by the pool, is he the vampire? And he wasn't the one we thought he was going to be, but it was him. And I just knew at some point, I was like, it'd be weird if they would just did two different vampire stories that never seemed to cross paths. That would just be dumb as hell.
That would just be bad.
But yeah, no, I figured that was the long blonde hair, and then when they both had blue eyes, I was like, oh yeah, that's Skinner Sweet. But yeah, I was like, interesting choice to like be the one guy that's trying to warn everybody and is ultimately trying to bring down all the European vampires and all that. But in the second part of the story, we're gonna make him a complete bastard. So.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be a definite shithead.
Yeah. So.
Now, the vampires that the girl is fed to is not the same vampires that turned Skinner Sweet in the Wild West.
I don't think so. That one dude's name is Blotch.
Right.
And a Hollywood producer was Blotch.
Right.
And that was not, I think the one that Skinner Sweet got turned by was Percy something.
That's right.
Yeah. And he just generally looks stumpy and like the penguin. So.
Yeah, he does look like the penguin. And I don't think he's been killed yet. I think that's what he's trying to get to.
Yeah. And then like that picture they held up in like the Hollywood version as like when they were like, I thought Skinner Sweet killed that dude, the actor that invited her to the party or whatever.
Yep.
But that lady was like, why have we let him keep going for so long? And that dude, he's like, you forgot the last time we tried to hunt him down, and held up the picture, and it was like a bunch of vampires with the head cut off.
8 bodies around him.
None of those looked like Pierce either, or Percy either. So yeah. I don't know. But,
I think he's gonna be like the main head, like the main leader.
Oh, you think like
he's not the leader of the vampire organization, but I think he's gonna be really close to the top. One? Yeah, okay. Really close to the American head.
Okay. Yeah.
It just kind of, because when he's doing the West, he is the vampire calling the shots. He's expanding to the West. He's talking about the railroad, the banks, the
Blotch
land.
might just be one of his
I think Blotch was a lieutenant.
Okay.
It's what cool. It kind of sets up to, because because they kill Blotch. They kill that whole Hollywood group. Yet they keep going back to Percy, whatever his name is. And I think they're setting up for him to be the leader.
Yeah.
Or very close to the top. Because when they... Son of a bitch.
For those of you watching on YouTube, I guess we just ran out of light. We have a window open. I don't know.
If you'll flip the switch down. So, either way, but when they dig up Skinner Sweet after the sheriff.
This dude should have died so many times. This is ridiculous.
But that's the thing. That's the thing about it is he can't. He's not a normal vampire.
Yeah,
so,
they don't know his weaknesses. That's the only reason he hadn't been like taken out yet.
Right.
But he's a daywalker, and actually, like the only time he's weak is when it's nighttime and it's a full or
and
like
it's a new moon.
No moon or whatever.
Yeah, called a new moon.
Okay.
And
Country people.
but it is cool that he can kind of
Yeah.
that his only weakness is the moon,
Yeah.
and that's once a month.
Yeah.
Where
Well, they talked about it when fucking Pearl got there. They're like, we're gonna poke you with everything under the moon to find out what your weakness, and eventually one of them will kill you.
and what was cool was when her friend Hattie is the one dumping the bodies.
Is that her at the beginning?
You started off with this person dumping these women
I didn't
into
think it was Hattie though.
when Hattie then stabs Pearl
Yeah.
in the back with the knife.
Uh-huh.
Hattie looks at her, Pearl looks at Hattie and goes, "Why?" And she goes, "I've been with them." And she was the one dumping all the women's bodies, all the bodies into the ravine.
Holy shit! I'm gonna have to go back and look at that.
It's very quick. It's like 2 frames. It shows the hood.
I thought it was just a dude.
It shows the hood, and then she turns, and it's her red hair, and it's her.
Holy
and she's been
fuck.
she has been doing.
See, I thought they just turned her to like, hey, we'll give you this part in this movie.
no,
and,
but that's why
yeah.
she'd been working with them
Yeah.
because she knew that she could never be like Pearl, which Pearl was a good actress
Yeah.
and progressing,
Uh-huh.
and Hattie had to.
But I thought they just turned her like they're like, oh wait, that's that
right
girl's
then.
because they said like, Pearl was trying to get Hattie to like leave the house, but obviously Hattie didn't listen.
Yeah.
And then they just got to her to get Pearl to come out, and then I thought they just convinced her to like turn on her there. Holy shit! Okay.
Yeah.
And they didn't. I guess they were like, I guess they kept leading her on, trying to get her to do what she wanted, and eventually she'd become a vampire. But fucking Hattie was like, "Fuck, I got a knife full of vampire blood right now.
I'll do it myself."
Yeah,
And she
and
cuts
became
herself.
New Age vampire. So.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I thought Pearl could bring her back,
Yeah.
but knowing that she had been that deep into the vampire,
Yeah.
which kind of reasons why she kills her so quickly,
Yeah.
is that she was working with the vampires already. So there was no bringing her back. And Gold
How about-
apparently kills him.
Henry let her bite him, but apparently showed no signs of.
He had paralysis
Yeah,
from
but like,
being bitten.
did he not turn into a vampire?
Theirs is apparently only transmitted but through blood. They're New Age vampires, so we don't know.
Okay.
We don't know how they other than blood
Okay.
transfer,
All right. Yeah.
and that's how their Skinner and Pearl are created. Is
Mhm.
pure bloods. I guess
Yeah.
we can call European vampires
Yeah.
have to bleed into a wound, where I guess they turn their victims by biting.
Yeah. Well, that's like the traditional vampire.
Like a
Which
traditional.
I was sitting there, I was
vampire,
like, do
which-
you not know what you're doing, dude?
which she is not a traditional.
Yeah.
So,
I guess that makes sense.
how about sucks his blood? He talks about being paralyzed, and she goes, "Well, I'll take care of that," and fucks his brains out right there.
Yeah. Fuck.
Their relationship went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah. How about all you got to do apparently is just show some dog tags, and she was all about it.
I think they'll work out well.
Oh, for sure. I hope they come back up. They're interesting characters.
Now, the Wild West stuff was cool. I thought once the sheriff had been turned, I thought we were going to kind of see a
that was
long-term
weird.
battle between the sheriff
Yeah,
and
that would've been
Skinner
way
over
cooler.
over the years.
Instead, you got another
Um,
weird like age gap relationship story.
Yeah, which then does result in what I would have thought was going to happen with the sheriff. But I thought the sheriff was going to get to be an American vampire, and
Mhm.
Skinner and him were going to fight
Fight.
back and forth for the centuries.
Yeah, that would be
Not
awesome.
He was not.
He was
He
trying
was
not to
going.
like, kill anything.
Yeah.
and
and
he
so-
just begged his goddaughter to kill him,
Um.
and she made him have sleep with him. But
And
whatever.
one time, one time having sex results in a kid, that math doesn't. It's not that straightforward.
I wouldn't know, Davis.
It's not that straightforward. But what you see in, I think it was 1909 when the sheriff was killed.
Mm.
Maybe 1913 or something.
Yeah.
Either way, when you end this volume, you get the daughter, the girlfriend,
that
daughter, goddaughter,
because he showed up to
with
that
the daughter.
author's like thing.
Yeah,
and he's like, you can keep telling them people all you want, whenever.
I know you're gonna die soon, so I'm not gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Skinner was still very assholish.
Yeah.
Yet the good guy at the same time.
And it's just like, I'm supposed to root for this guy and the other side of the story. I don't know. It was just interesting.
Ripping out the sheriff's cohort's father's head.
Yeah.
Put it on a spike.
Mm-hmm.
He was dark.
Yeah.
He's fucked up.
Yeah. He was interesting to say the least.
So with this being volume 1 of this series, where do you think this is going? Do you think Pearl is going to be?
I don't know. I hope.
Well, of course, eventually he's going to have to take down the vampires. But is Pearl going to become a continuous in this? Because at the end, he wanted to kill Pearl. He was there to kill her.
Yeah, he seems like it had a lot of Blade vibes where he's like, no vampire is a good vampire. So I'm going to kill them all.
Even though I saved you from dying.
Yeah.
To make you what you are, to then exact your revenge, he still wanted to kill her.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, do you think Pearl and Henry are going to kind of disappear, and it's going to become a Skinner story again, solely?
I hope they come back, but I would imagine it's mostly Skinner.
And now you're gonna see the goddaughter and daughter show up a lot. I would imagine.
Probably. But hopefully, like, the one side is Skinner always like helping out these people that they carelessly create as vampires, and then the other one is him being a bastard, which
kind of worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, you want me to cheer for this guy, but do you?
But at the same time, you sit there and say, Pearl, I'm going to kill you, but I like what you've done. So
yeah, I don't know, but it's definitely interesting. Let us know if you like it. It's definitely under consideration for becoming continuous. There's just so much I need to get caught up reading right now.
I'm so behind. There's the Star Wars Bounty Hunter series going on right now. I still haven't finished.
Yeah.
That's been done for 3 months now.
I got just a stack next to my bed. I haven't even thought about cracking open.
Yeah, it's
and then I need to finish the Star Wars Ronin book. I want to read Dune. I still haven't finished the first Harry Potter, and so much other stuff I need to read. So
that weird little list that we were doing good with is starting to creep up again.
I need to finish my playthrough of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond.
That won't take you 2 hours.
It's longer than I remember.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. But enjoying doing this show. It at least forces me to read some.
I have read comics I would have never read in my normal reading.
Oh, for sure.
And read comics that I should have probably read in my normal reading that forces me to read them. And
especially our indie this week, I probably would have never picked that up. But I was just like, let's give it a shot. So
I like giving shit a shot.
Yeah. That being said, next week, last Fables for a while. Volume 4.
It's gonna wrap up kind of the weird story we're in right now. And hope y'all join us. And I guess that's it.
Yeah. We'll see y'all next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.